This song was officially their last song before entering the military, and it's been a year since they released it last February 2019. I saw Seongyu sing this song at his solo concert, and I thought it's nice to share the sound details of the track. So this is the very first version of the song. The song was based on melodic future bass, and it's about the reunion between the fans and Infinite in the future. First, I worked with the chord progression with the piano and pad layers on it. And some guitar samples, obviously. Interesting thing is that I reversed all the piano sounds and had to slice them all to fit in the right places. And there are some pad sounds added from the chorus part. You can hear that there is a sidechain signal at the piano and pads, so it's kind of moving. Okay. There are other pads from the second chorus part again. As you can see, I enjoy using Silence and Serum synthesizer to design all the sounds. I coded all the high and bass sound with the bandpass filter here. The bass had to be very low, so I usually layer the bass sound to make them more thick. So I used 2 bass sound here with Silence. And the rhythm changes from the chorus. Not sure whether you can hear the sub bass through the computer, but definitely we need a dip sub bass, like a sustained 808 at the bottom. And here are the drums. I used enough verve to make this bass. And I also reversed the kick sound before the part changes so that it can be a little more dynamic. And that's the reverb with the percussion sound. And that's the first part. There's a reverse kick here, which I've mentioned. And the whole drum sounds change from the chorus part to make the whole song more powerful. I usually care a lot about the kicks when the drum changes and it becomes tighter at the chorus. So this is the kick from the first part, and there's another kick coming at the chorus part. And I just realized that I used a saturator, which is a kind of a drive to make the kick at the drop more thick. So there's kind of a clipping sound which I had intended. There are lots of snare and clap sounds layered to fill the wide sound range. And as you can see, there are lots of effect sound samples. And these effect sounds all helps to make the atmosphere of the track. I used a lot of noises, uplifting and downlifting at each part, and also some reversed guitar and voice samples to connect each parts naturally. And I used some long downlifting noises at the chorus part. There are also some plug synthesizer to emphasize the rhythm more with the drum. They also make a spatial atmosphere at the chorus and drop parts. And you can also hear it's getting louder as the filter is coming up. And there's another plug coming in. And the main leads of the songs are obviously the vocal samples. I usually just search and purchase them on the internet. I modify them a lot, like cut and reverse them. And I know there are lots of other fancy third-party plugins, but most of the sounds I used in Kpop were processed with the effects from the Ableton itself. So this is how the whole chorus part sounds at the end. The important factors you have to consider with track sound designing are consistency and variety at the same time. It seems like the sounds changes a lot, but they don't actually interrupt the whole musical context.